Hello, Gentle Peeps. This is Jack here with Gentle Peeps Creative Studios and also on my podcast, You Don't Know Jack's Music. So you can find me on YouTube under Gentle Peeps Creative Studios and under Spotify under You Don't Know Jack's Music. Today I'm here with punk, pop, emo, rock, whatever you want to call it, through it all, right? And so
What's up?
THRU. So I did find that when I was looking at one time, it's THRU. So if you're going to find them on Spotify, make sure you put THRU through it all. And these guys are out of Oklahoma, just where we just moved from. And there's definitely a lot of people who are in the Rocklahoma families are all they love through it all. So I've seen a lot of them post that they've got to get these guys to Rocklahoma. These guys are great. So I was like, well, I've got to check these guys out if everybody loves them. And I tell you what, I love it. I love it. Irrelevant was a great song. Then you had the Energy Vampire. That was a really cool song. Then you got LA. So y'all got like 4 songs right now. Is that correct?
Yeah, we got one EP out and like so much more on the way. Like,
Okay. So introduce yourself, guys, to everybody watching.
my name's Nick Jordan. I'm the drummer and one of the vocalists.
I'm
Okay.
Daniel. I play guitar and sing.
Okay. Guitar and sing. So you did on TikTok, you did a little info commercials, right?
Yeah.
You had little info commercials talking about that your EP that's coming out and different things like that. So that's pretty cool. Sorry, I got my drink here. I always like to start off with a drink when we're doing interviews. So if you have
Nice.
drinks, cheers. I think I saw
Cheers,
somebody had a good drink. So what are we drinking tonight? Anything good?
Mm. Well, this week only, I am sober from alcohol until the weekend.
Until the weekend, okay.
And Daniel has an obsession with Full Throttle.
Full
do.
throttle. That's
Like
good.
it's like kind of becoming a known thing. And so I was like, hey man, I want to go grab something to drink real quick. And he's like, well, I got an extra throttle because I keep them on me.
That's right. It's
So
kind of like the
we're-
Banes and the Rains and all those. Yeah, it's got a little bit of
Yeah.
energy drink. Well,
Yeah.
so we have Naked Wines. We're actually sponsored by Naked Wines.
Ooh,
So
is that
it's just a whole variety of wines that we buy and they send them to us. It's like 6 bottles at a time. We just pick out different bottles and
that's awesome.
you
Man. Is
tried
that like a
the-
Cabernet or Merlot?
yeah, this is a sangria. So
Sangria. Okay.
yeah.
Like a good Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir. Yep. We tried lots of them. What was the one I liked? There's a Chardonnay. My wife said she's around the other side over here. She's watching.
Nice.
She said I liked the Chardonnay that I tried. And I was like, oh, so never knew before I met my wife that I would like wines, and
Yeah.
I do. But I'm still definitely vodka cranberry type of guy most of the time.
Yeah.
It gets me pumped up, especially when I'm like watching Korn or Slipknot. I got to have my vodka.
Yeah,
So,
dude.
so I can slam dance and stuff like that for like an old man. It's fun.
We got a couple of little hardcore moments in
Yeah.
just a couple, like we got some of that influence in. We like a lot of that stuff. So
I seen that. So we talked a while ago before we got on about the Misfits. So I've got a Misfits tattoo. You're wearing a Misfits shirt.
Yeah.
Was that some influence of yours back in the day? Because you seem
Oh,
kind
God.
of young to like to be into the Misfits.
yeah, I mean, a lot of the bands I liked when I first got into music was like all the older punk bands.
Okay.
And that was like really what got me into music. Daniel too. I mean, we pretty much all the old punk stuff back in the day.
Okay.
Loud,
So I've
fast,
seen,
nasty.
Yeah.
I've seen Misfits play 3 or 4 different times. I went and saw Doyle, stood about this close to Doyle and took pictures. And I've seen Jerry and I've seen Danzig and so Misfits are just like one of my ultimate favorites. That's why I got tattooed on me. I was like, it's just one of my ultimate favorite bands. But they definitely, they're heavy. They're kill. They're pretty awesome in that fact. So I like the fact that a lot of yours are y'all's own style. I mean, I think that now I could be wrong because I'm not some of that, newer music. Sometimes I don't know as a lot about as I wish I did. I get into a lot of new bands. I interviewed a band called Final Fall. That's right here, the shirt I'm wearing, and they're from California, and they have a super great sound. But they're younger guys also. Casket Robbery was another one. Casket Robbery was supposed to come to Rocklahoma last year, and couldn't make it. So I love that pop rock emo sound y'all are doing. I'm definitely into the screamo, and y'all. I heard that a little bit. I heard a little bit of a kind of a growl, right? I think that came from you, Nick, in one of the songs.
No, that's Daniel. That's all
That
Daniel.
was Daniel. Okay,
Yeah.
I heard
Any
it.
of the like that or Daniel.
Okay, so he got the
That is
growl
really, like,
sound.
that was always his thing back in the day when we needed like screamo type stuff. He would do it.
Yes. And so y'all going to have that in the future, some more of that kind of sound to you also?
Yeah. I think some more heavier moments, some more, I mean, it's just going to be a good blend of everything.
So what do people like most? What do they like when your fans and different things shout out to you? What do they seem to like most about your music?
So far, just the high energy and just especially the area we're in, just bringing like the reaction has been like we're bringing a fresh sound to this area, and people just energetically like want to move around more and just like kind of feel it, you know.
As
Right.
you know, from living here, red dirt is predominantly, it's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Can't stand it. Yes, I can't stand it. Not so. No offense to country music, and this is not my thing. And so the red dirt, I know there's red dirt physically everywhere there, but also whenever I think of that, I think of like country music and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
not my thing.
Yeah.
We're definitely, my wife and I are definitely, horns up, heavy metal. We're Korn, Slipknot, Rob Zombie. We want to thrash our heads and hear some cool stuff, but we also like we love goth type of stuff. So like Motionless in White,
Okay.
different things like that. We went to a goth, I think I can't remember what it's called. So last Saturday here in Virginia, we went to a goth music party thing. It was really cool. So we had a good
Sounds
time.
fun.
And I never thought here in Virginia that they would have that kind of place, but it was very cool. But getting to hear new bands is something I'm always loving. I'm looking for them. I'm searching for them, because the thing about it is if I had to search and look for new bands, then that means there's probably a good crowd out there that has not heard of you. Y'all have a great following. You've got thousands on, Instagram. You've got thousands on YouTube, but it never hurts to have a couple more thousand, right?
Never, dude. Hey, do more every day, man.
So y'all are playing at the Vanguard a couple times. I saw in Tulsa, and
Yeah, we got a good amount of shows coming up.
mhm.
Rogers, Arkansas, and Tulsa, and Vanguard is awesome, man. It's a good
The
venue.
Vanguard is where Perseus and them play, and Sign of Lies, they play there a lot.
Yeah.
Then you are playing at some place in Texas and Denton, Killer Tacos.
Yeah,
Now, what in the world is that?
it's a really cool DIY venue. I actually played there on tour before, and it's in an old house, like converted into a restaurant, bar, and venue in the back.
Yeah.
And the back deck, like you can go out on the back deck, and everyone can hang out, and the merch is set up outside.
Okay.
It's really sick. It's like a super DIY. It holds like 150 people, and like the shows get packed. It feels like a house party.
All right. So
It looks like
I was born and raised in Texas, lived all over Texas. So all my Texas friends, make sure when they go to Denton, I think in March, am I right? I think it's about March.
Yeah, March. Yeah, March 24th. I think.
Man, I have a good brain for an old guy. See, but they're going to be in Denton at the Killer Taco, so go check them out. Anybody that's in that area, I know y'all definitely like them there. You're playing in Arkansas. You're playing in Nebraska once. Is that right? Is it Omaha? Omaha. That just reminds me of football. But y'all are playing there, and then the rest of the time, I think all the ones are in Oklahoma. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So
we got some more Texas stuff in the works, and there's going to be that after that Omaha show. There's going to be like a 2-day run like back home. So
okay.
there's
So
more stuff about
any notions or any word about Rocklahoma?
Do you know Jason Polk or Adam Richmond?
I do. I know both of them. Uh-huh.
They're homies.
If you go on my YouTube, I actually interviewed Adam with Surviving Rocklahoma. We did an interview with him, and then of course I did several interviews with the Raw and Unplugged stage. That Tammy and oh my gosh, I forgot his name now. Mark and Tammy and all them did the Raw and Unplugged stage. It was, you know what, the Raw and Unplugged stage was in the campgrounds, but those crowds were so pumped up and so more energetic and crazy than it was actually sometimes in the
so the best set I've ever seen there, Caroline Spine played there like after all the headliners one night. It was like 2 a.m. Everyone came out. The energy was crazy.
So was that at Camp Zombie, or where was it at? You know?
Man, I can't remember. It was kind of all a blur, but we're working on something like that in the campgrounds.
Yeah, so that's good. If you're working with Adam and you're working with who else did you say? You said Jason. Then you've got the end there, because those guys will definitely help you, get to those points you need to be in. And look into like the zombie stage is awesome. They weren't there last year because of some sicknesses with COVID, but I know that Nick that runs that is going to be back in full force this year. And then of course, the Raw and Unplugged stage is going to be huge.
Man.
It's going to be huge too. I think it's going to be
Who
bigger
we
this
should hit
year.
up, send them our way, and we'll do it.
Yeah, definitely, because they love to, when we chat, especially back and forth. Me and Mark with the Raw and Unplugged stage. He's the one that runs Sign of Lives, their band, and Anti-Mortem. They play that band also. So it's
Cool.
really cool to kind of get in with those guys and talking, because a lot of them do know certain people that can get you into those areas. And I really think that sometimes starting out, getting in those small venues, the Unplugged stage, the Zombie stage, get you to that point where people know you. Make sure to take lots of merch, because they love when you throw out the merch and stuff, and give that out. But you get your, they start wearing your shirts and people start talking about you and they see you. And next thing you know, you're on the Deb stage or you're somewhere there. The Deb stage is the one that Rocklahoma's covered up. Fist of Rage has played there several times. I interviewed them. They play on that stage. So
Wait.
I think that the younger crowd, I think all the crowds are going to love you, but definitely the younger crowd is going to be like crazy for y'all. I'm sure you already know that when you go to play right now. I'm sure that your attendance is it younger or older, or is it middle age, or is everybody?
20 to 40. I don't know, somewhere in there.
Okay, very cool. And so there's 5 of you in the band, am I right?
Just 4 of us.
4 of you, okay. So who's the 2 other guys that are there? I guess they're set. Y'all are going to practice tonight, you said, afterward.
Yeah, we got Doug on bass, and then we've got our other friend that we've known forever, Jameson, on like programming, synths, beats, like.
Okay. So they're like keyboards and type stuff? Is that what
keyboards, drum machine, just like all the extra cherries on top.
Okay. So Nick, how hard is it to play drums and sing at the same time? I can't ask Phil Collins, so I have to ask you.
Man, this genre especially, it's just so much oxygen.
Yeah.
You got to really remember where to breathe and like when to breathe,
Right.
So you
can
sound good and not pass out.
I saw you like at one of the end of the songs, you're just drumming it out. And I was like, I bet he's exhausted by the end of that. And then he's got to like try to sing for the next song coming up. So that's pretty awesome, because I think nowadays everybody loves a good guitar solo, right? Everybody, I mean, anybody in metal loves a good guitar solo, but I think that a lot of people are loving a good drum solo, like at the end. And I noticed that you did that at one. I don't know if you do that in all of them, or you do that a lot, but I think people really dig that. And when the rest of the band's getting ready for the next song, and they're getting the guitars, tuned up and doing different things, and the drummer's just over there just going wild. And so that's always a very cool sign, and it gets people. There used to be an old time where once the song ended, it was just dead until the next song started. And nowadays, these drummers are like, kicking it and just keeping the crowd flowing, as I guess you would say, right?
Right.
So who designed your merch? I got to ask you that. The Thru It All with a happy face. It's like dying, bleeding. That's pretty cool.
That was me, right? Yeah, that was me. And then we have another one on there that an artist that we just found on Instagram designed. I would plug him if I could remember the handle right now, but I don't remember. We bought it.
Is that the one with a female?
Yeah.
Okay, the female on one side with flowers.
I just came across it and I was like, this kind of fits everything else with the smiley face in the background. So
the Thru It All with a smiley face melting, that definitely is that's kind of a punk thing to me for sure. That's pretty cool, because it's kind of your own thing. Y'all came up on your, I'm sure that came up on your own, so that makes it more special when it's something that's like definitely your own. And so merch is killer. So if somebody really loves a shirt, and we have 4 boys, and when they love like a band, and they wear that shirt like till it falls off of them.
Yeah.
And so that's really cool. Getting that out there for people to see. They can buy that. I'm going to put here at the bottom of my YouTube, I'll have a link to y'all's main page, and it's thruitallband.com, and I will put that on the link below so people can click on it, because that takes you to your Spotify, your what does it have on here? You have a whole bunch of stuff. You got YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. What's this other one? What's that? Is that Tumblr? What is that?
Should be YouTube, Facebook, TikTok.
That's what it is. I couldn't remember what that T was. So the TikTok. So because y'all are on TikTok and got lots of videos on there. How's the TikTok world treating you? I noticed that y'all commented to several fans on there about, hey, we're playing your area. So how's that treating you?
Yeah, man, it's just kind of like it's like the main platform right now, really. It's there's just endless like opportunity on there right now. It's kind of like a window, I feel like.
Yeah.
Every time a new social media app launches, it's just you got to hop on it.
Right. It's whatever the new style is. And
yeah, it's pretty cool. It's funny too. Like there's just all these funny videos on there.
There's tons, and you got to be careful because you'll sit there and next thing you know, it's 4 hours later, and you're like, I've sat here and looked at TikTok videos for 4 hours. Oh, we got somebody new joining.
Welcome, Doug.
Oh, look who it is.
Who's this?
Young Dougie.
Young Dougie. And Dougie's your bass player, or?
Yeah.
Yes, I thought I saw you playing bass. He was over there just rocking out. The big guy that says, "Don't mess with me." I'm the bassist.
Fucking holding it down, man.
And then he's in the store. I think I saw when you were doing your info commercial or something. He was. I think he was in that TikTok. He was back there in the.
Oh yeah.
Walking around. So his name's Doug.
Wisdom.
Doug, you said?
Yeah.
So Doug, what's your inspiration as a bassist? Who's some of your inspiration?
Your tats, dude. Show them your tats.
Oh, yeah,
man, if I can get the sleeve up enough, it's
Doug has like every pop punk band. Also, Foo Fighters is on there somewhere.
Yeah, I'd say like Mark Hoppus, obviously, big one.
Okay.
Dag Merrick from All Time Low, and then most of my other inspirations like guitarists. So
yeah,
okay.
Doug's actually a guitar player, like mostly, but he's just holding down on bass for the band.
All right, I understand tattoos. I got a couple, but mine are all Star Wars. So.
Sick, dude. I was wondering if that was a lightsaber right there.
It was. It's a big lightsaber.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm a Star Wars nerd. So, but back in the day, this is my skateboard when I was young.
Zero.
Yep. Oh my God, you're the first guy that's ever got that. Like, people have no clue. I like, this is my skateboard when I was young. They go, what is it? And I go, it's Zero. And they have no clue. So hats off to you, man.
This guy's a professional rollerblader.
Yeah. So I was a skateboarder when I was young, and getting kicked off, by the cops saying, you can't skateboard out here. Dude. Yeah. But then I became a cop. So I was a police officer for 20 years. And then I retired. But yeah, so that's all that. And then of course my Batman and all that good stuff. Nerd stuff. That's what it all. I think that's all it is nerd stuff. But this arm is very it's very lonely, so I got to get it done and cleared up. And I saw that y'all all have a lot of tattoos. Yep, you're kind of clear there on your arm.
I have none.
I'm covered.
None. Daniel is it Daniel, right?
Yes, sir.
Daniel has none. He's just not into tattoos.
You know what I want?
One day, maybe on tour somewhere.
I need to feel like I've made it, and that music is all I'm gonna do for the rest of my life, and I'll get tatted the fuck up.
All right. Well, I got tatted, and I was a cop, and now I'm a manager in retail. So,
hey, same.
Do what you want to do.
He'll hit a point.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
We went to Ireland, and my wife got a tattoo in Ireland, and now we want to go get all our tattoos in Ireland because that guy was so great. So if you find a good tattoo artist, always remember them because you want the ones to do a good job because that's going to be on your arm or your back or chest forever in your whole life. Also, people who love metal, they know those rock stars. They know their tattoos, right? You know the different tattoo on people who are your stars or your heroes in music, and you know what kind of tattoos they got. So that's always kind of cool too. Nick, so who is your inspiration for drumming and singing to get you interested in music?
Drumming, just definitely Travis Barker, Blink kid for sure growing up. It evolved from there. Obviously, I got into a lot more stuff. But even transferring into hip hop and all of that was kind of inspired by Travis Barker. So it's just he kind of paved the way for a lot of bands and the type of stuff that I'm doing. So,
okay.
Yeah, man.
And so have y'all all been in Oklahoma all your lives?
We grew up here. I actually just moved back 2 years ago, and I was in LA for 12 years.
Okay, so you're in the LA scene, and that's where Final Fall's from. I interviewed.
Yeah.
And
so I was out there just doing music the whole time, and then came back with these guys, and now we're just going for it, man.
Yeah. Very nice, very nice. That's a good area to definitely learn some stuff, I'm sure, and then come back to Oklahoma and bring whatever you learned from there back to your guys there to help y'all move on and grow. So the last album. So you said how many albums y'all have now? One?
We got the first EP that just dropped in December.
Okay, I thought that it just dropped in December.
Yeah,
so that's on Spotify, so you can find that in their link below here in YouTube. And kind of tell us what got that album started, and did y'all write the songs, or did someone write them for you, or how'd that go?
Yeah,
Nick and I wrote all the songs. The first 8 that we wrote were just effortless. They came out so fast, and I really kind of found my Paul McCartney, if you will.
There you go. Okay.
We recorded all 8 of the songs we have done in 4 days up in Tulsa at AMR Studio. Okay. And we dropped 4 of them that are on the EP, and the other 4 are just like locked and loaded, ready to go. So we've got another EP. And
so on let me look at it real quick. There's 4 songs there, right? Irrelevant, Energy Vampire, Sundress, and LA. So those are the four that y'all have released so far. So there's 4 more coming. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And so I heard something on TikTok about some fan wanting to hear just a little piece of one. What was that one? The Girl something?
Yeah, that it's called Puzzles.
Puzzles. Yeah.
Next single, actually.
Okay. So when does Puzzles pop out for everybody? When can they be excited to hear that?
Yeah, next month sometime. Probably towards the end of next month.
Okay. Very cool.
February.
And so who do y'all master your own music, or do you have somebody that does that for you? Are y'all signed by anybody?
Steven at AMR handles that for us.
Okay. And he does all your mastering. Okay.
Well, he produced it, and then it was mastered at I think it's called Buffalo. Dude, I have to look it up.
That place, yeah, Buffalo.
Yeah, hold on. I got it. But yeah, Steven produced and mixed everything. Okay. And then it gets sent off for mastering at Buffalo Hyde. Where'd it go? Buffalo Hyde Mastering, Chris Wiley.
Okay, very cool. So it's always good to have somebody that knows how to do good mastering for you, definitely to especially when you're starting out. So that's awesome. The videos, who does the video? Who records them and who edits them and for you on YouTube?
So far, it's our friend Mike Cambiano, who is the guitarist in a band out of Tulsa, another pretty popular pop punk band called When the Clock Strikes.
Okay.
He's the guitarist. He's also a video guy. You'll see him out at shows in Tulsa all the time, shooting photos and stuff. So so far, he's our go-to guy for video stuff.
All right. Y'all talk to Lynn Hernandez around there?
I think so, actually. It sounds familiar.
The radio guy. He does a lot of the interviews and different things on a rock radio there in Tulsa.
Yeah, I think he actually played our stuff. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he probably did. Especially if people were loving it, like Jason and Nick and all them. They were shouting y'all out. Amy, different people I've seen. They're on the Rocklahoma group pages on Facebook, and they're already shouting you out. So the fact they're shouting you out, that means they want y'all to play at Rocklahoma. Sure, they want to get y'all. They want to get y'all there, and I think that once you get there, I think you'll see that you'll perplex into another whole realm. Eventually, I'm sure you'll have an interview. I don't know. Well, you may have already. I'm not positive, but you'll probably have an interview with Adam. He likes to interview bands
he was our first interview, actually.
Adam was our first.
Yeah. All right. So Adam's all kicked back, laid back. He's a funny guy. I know that he actually, I think I interviewed a band and I interviewed him, and that really got me kind of in the process of like, this is what I want to do too. So hats off to Adam for getting me interested in doing this also. My deal is I want to do it nationwide. So I do, everybody. And now that I'm down here where the Blue Rock Ridge Festival is, we're only an hour from where that happens. I'm gonna jump on some bands here, so hopefully shout those out. And the good thing about that is that means that people in Virginia, in California, and different places like that who watch my YouTube or watch my Instagram are going to see y'all's face and your name and possibly watch the video. So hopefully help shout you out, because it's always good to have fans anywhere and everywhere all over the United States and the world. So
Definitely.
so what are the plans? You said this is 4 more songs coming out for this EP, and then you have some stuff in the works for future, or what?
We spent last week?
Yeah, all last week. We did like 6 more demos. Probably 2 or 3 more that we could flesh out. The goal is to, after we drop this next EP, we'll have the 3rd one probably sometime this summer.
Okay. We want to eventually drop a full length. Drop
them all together as a proper LP.
Okay. And so what do you think right now, from what I looked at? Irrelevant is like the popular, right? The big popular song. Am I incorrect or correct on that, or is it?
Irrelevant was the very first single we released before the EP even dropped. So that was back in like November, I think.
That's why it has a lot of hits on it probably then.
Yeah, that was the first one we dropped.
Okay. And when the first one dropped and you started seeing people contacting you and saying stuff, what kind of vibe did you get from it?
All good vibes.
Yeah, it's been super positive.
It's almost like it's kind of cool how easy everything's flowing, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so you're probably like the rest of us. You probably have to do real jobs and do everything right now while you're continuing growing. So people, I always tell them, go on Spotify and put you on your playlist, because every time your song plays, you get a few pennies, right? And it's the same thing with buying the merchandise. Go to their page, buy their shirts, because here's the thing is, YouTube, when you get to 1,000 followers, which y'all are over that, great job. You make a little money off of ads off that. So, if you want to help these singers and these musicians and these bands, make sure that you're filling them with some money in their pocket, that way they can, do this full time. It's a merch, it's Spotify, it's YouTube, and then of course it'll be, when you go to play at different clubs and venues you go to also. So any other advice for fans to help y'all out?
Yeah, just keep bumping the music, keep it on repeat, and come out to the shows, come hang out, come meet us. Exactly. Tell all your friends.
So are y'all fan friendly at concerts?
Oh yeah.
That's your deals. So you have some of your favorite fans that because they're automatically come wearing your shirt. Y'all seen that already yet?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Favorite place so far you played?
Well,
Dwayne's
place, because we've only played 1 show so far, and it was only about a month ago. So
what's it called?
Still brand new. It's in our hometown. It's our hometown show. It was our first show. It was packed out. It was awesome, man.
And it's called Dwayne's Place.
Dwayne's. It's like an old dive bar that's been kind of revamped, and they got a really nice stage in there. So
yeah, it's awesome.
So y'all are in Oklahoma. What part of Oklahoma is that in?
Tahlequah.
Tahlequah. Okay. Yep. Been to Tahlequah several times. I never heard of that place, but I wasn't there to listen to music. So at the time, so that's pretty cool. Another thing real quick that I wanted to talk about was the fact that, now let me pull it up here. I have all my notes over here. Sometimes after I drink a few bit of wine, I got to look it back real quick.
It's all good, man. That sangria.
So, what is the meat TIA? What is that?
Oh, TIA is Thru It All.
Thru It All. Okay. See there. That's
like we made like a funny introduction video to each member.
Okay.
So if you watch each one, there's one for all 4 of us.
All right. So very good. That's what I was kind of curious about, but of course I didn't even connect the dots there. So, but anyway, so we'll definitely have it. Like I said, we'll have it below. We'll have the link to their page, and it takes you to their Instagram. Instagram, 5,300 followers. How in the world do you have 5,000 followers already with a brand new album?
Great, man.
This guy is working nonstop.
He's a social networking genius.
Really,
that's what it takes, right? The social media is like the bomb.com of trying to get people to come in and check you out. I saw that. Yeah, you have a lot of Instagrams. I definitely saw that, and I love it because I talked to a guy yesterday with a band, and I said, one of the things you really need to do is shouting out your faces, right? that talking, and I saw that on TikTok. I think Nick mostly, right, likes to do the talking and everything to get people, feeling more personable about you and the band. So hats off to that, because I think that's definitely showing already just in your following on YouTube and your following on Instagram. TikTok, I'm sure it's good. I didn't even see how many y'all have on TikTok. You probably got a lot on there too. But otherwise, keep all that up. I will just definitely be shouting y'all out when I make edit this video and get it put on to my YouTube and my Instagram. Any other thing, guys, you want to talk about before we get out of here?
Man, just thanks for having us. And if you know who we need to hit up to play Rocklahoma, we're ready, man.
You got the big names. You got Jason Polk and Adam Richmond. That's two big ones. I'll shout you out to my friend Mark, and then y'all go from there. I want to see y'all on that. I won't be at Rocklahoma this year, but I'll definitely be watching all the ads and different things that are going on there, and seeing who's playing at the Raw stage and the Zombie stage and the Deb stage, because those are all the bands that are not, the giant bands play on the two big stages, and then you have the smaller stage, and you have the two stages out in the campgrounds. So I hope to see y'all there. I think it's great. Appreciate it, guys. Make sure you go check out Thru It All, THRU. Don't spell it wrong. And check down below for the links to get to them. And then again, make sure you're subscribing, liking, and commenting here on YouTube for Gentle Peeps Creative Studios, and on my Spotify, If You Don't Know Jack's Music, my podcast. Again, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate your time, and I know you are fixing to get ready to rock out. So thanks. I appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
City of angels, a loving, I hate what we've been through.